Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the stream. It's me, DIGI, and we are jumping right into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for a few probably whirly bird ops, probably some GA. I might even be brave enough to try flying an airliner, unofficially. And if we want to go back into an airliner legit, I'll probably jump over to FS2020 as we catch up and maybe even sneak in some scenery dev during cruise. Welcome in, everybody. Kev, my friend, it is so good to see you in chat. Yes, we are going back in the cockpit. You better believe it. My friends, if you are watching or watching on the replay, you don't know who Kev Mikwa is, who I affectionately call Kev. Kev is one of my dear friends in the community, fellow moderator, and also occasionally streams cargo ops and heavies like the MD-11 in X-Plane. Feel free to go check out Kev Mikwa's channel, give him a click, go give him a follow. You will not be disappointed if you are looking for airliner and VATSIMmed content. As far as I know, they are experiencing issues, that's for sure. So, yeah, I think there's some things to be worked out. But oh yeah, absolutely, my friend. You get the shout out for sure. I can't even express just how nice it is to have friends in chat and just hanging out here. And yeah, I think a lot of what needed to be said about the initial release and the ongoing, resolutions to compatibility and whatnot, those things have been worked on. So are going to be worked on, I'm sure. So I'm not going to go into extensive details or be like, here's my hot take, because I think all of us have either been tempted to or have delivered our own lukewarm, medium, or extra spicy takes about FS 2024. To put it in short, the new sim is here. It sure ain't going away. And based on the things I've seen, it does look great. And it most likely is the future. So let them give time to, stick the bird back in the oven, let it cook some more, and we're going to enjoy what's already available. And I will tell you, I have been having a blast with the H-125 helicopter, which we're going to check out in just a few seconds. But definitely, Kev, my pleasure to give you a shout out. Let's go ahead and set up for free flight. And let's see, I've been working on Higginsville Industrial Municipal Airport. That's going to be my first scenery release in FS 2020, and I might actually make that a payware release, but I'm going to create a kind of like get your feet wet version for probably flightsim.to to release soon, TM. And what am I trying to say? Obviously revisit or get started on additional scenery development. I'm not even going to be afraid to say this anymore. My future scenery development career depends on you. I can make fantastic airports and in faraway locations like, Orlando or Milwaukee. But if nobody buys them and if nobody supports the development of them, then they're not going to make any money, and I have to do some other kind of job to support my family. So if you feel so moved, feel free to click on my channel name to see ways you can support the channel. But I want you to know straight off the top, if all you do is show up and provide chat and support in that sense, I appreciate that too. You are never required to provide any kind of compensation for the streaming that I do. You never have to. You never will. I appreciate all the folks that step up to help support the mission, but even if all you do is come in and chat and say hello, thank you. Okay. I see you're on unofficial lurk, so all good. Happy to provide the soundtrack, if you will, until you need to recharge your ear thingies. But hopefully the sound levels will not be crummy. I will also, you know what? I think I'm going to either take off from Kissimmee or take off from my helipad that's not that far away. Kissimmee's not that far away from the resort, and honestly, I'm probably going to try going back here again and seeing if I can find a helipad to take off from. So we'll do a little bit of Florida ops, and I'm going to check out and see how this place is. It looks like the photogrammetry is a little on the old side because I think they finished this boulevard, which is kind of supposed to go past the airport and such, but I don't know. I don't know. I notice how the photogrammetry looks at the moment. I know the trees are a lot better. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Trying to be smooth. Don't know how successful I am, but but um, who knows? Who knows? If I keep this up long enough, I might actually start investing in getting a better setup. And some of the folks that are listening might say, "Amen," but I'll have to debate that. I am going to say this. I legit had a moment thinking about the legacy of flight sim streamers that are here and the legacy of flight sim streamers that have gone on from here. I'm not talking about the more. I'm saying people that don't stream anymore, and how they've influenced me, and kind of like how I feel a little bit like the old guard from like the mid to late 20 teens. And it kind of made me stop and think for a while. It did make me stop and think for a while about, hey, like, why do I flight sim stream? You know, what am I giving to the community, or how am I helping the community to be a better place to be in? Oh, what a pretty helicopter! And look, it's kicking up the wind. Connection. Can you guys hear me at all? Hold on. I'm not sure if my stream cut out. Okay, okay, so I'm back. All right, let me try cycling the view real quick. Okay, good, 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 good. Like I said, I think there was a hiccup that happened, so my apologies. All right, let me just reposition my microphone so I'm not like incredibly loud, and let's get underway. Good, good. All right, so I am at Kissimmee in Florida, and I'm going to do a bit of a, I guess you could call it a litmus test. I guess I'm going to fly around one or two familiar spots and have some fun and catch up with you guys. And then what's probably going to happen is, unless I feel a compelling reason to fly the default, Boeing business jet, I might try flying either the 747 or a different airliner like the A321 or something, and then we'll go fly someplace. Or I'll jump into 2020, we'll do a flight maybe up the West Coast or in the interior, and then we will go check out some of the work that I've been doing and maybe even sneak in some scenery depth. We'll see how it works. So I am flying the Airbus H125. It's a really nice looking whirly bird. I'm so happy to finally be able to get behind the controls of this because I like seeing them here. I spent some time in New York City and I used to see them flying up and down the Hudson. So I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Let's go ahead and do what we said we were going to do earlier, which is fire up lossless scaling. This should probably help my frame rate situation by probably more or less stabilizing the frames. I'm not expecting it to, but we'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. Lossless scaling should now be on. Ooh, oh, here we go. All right, sit tight, chat. All right, just put my view down slightly. I want to make sure I see who the HSI is. I am flying with the gamepad, yes. There is some AI assistance that the sim gives me with managing my collective and cyclic. The implementation of the controls per se are more or less the same as if I had a joystick and throttle quadrant plugged in, hashtag lazy. And yeah, we're departing from Kissimmee, which I was at one point trying to create and still haven't given up on. So I'll try to do the best I can with that once I'm available to work on it. But let's see. We're gaining some altitude, and I want to know where to go from here.
14041 approach. Squawk 4754.
Give me a moment because I want to turn off ATC volume because I'm not paying attention to ATC at all. Judge me. I don't care about character voices. I am going to wait for other people to more or less decide, not decide for me, but basically figure out for me how to get the sim behaving way better than it does at the moment. So yeah, I already said so many other people have weighed in, both officially and unofficially, on the state of FS 2024 that we don't really need to talk much about what the state of it is or my thoughts or my opinions. My opinion is pretty straightforward and very simple. I'm very happy to have a copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Standard Edition. It has so many aircraft that I will literally be spending months trying to fly them all if I go through the entire list. Am I upset that I can't fly the 787 right now because I didn't buy the Premium Deluxe Edition? To be completely honest with you, no. I have Flight Simulator 2020 for that, and it's kind of like the old running joke says, you know, you're not going to be appreciating photogrammetry from 30,000 feet for the most part, and that's fine. So I literally am content with things as they are. Do I feel like it could be better? Of course it can be. Anything that you release on a first day or first week release basis is going to have its share of issues that you need to work on or problems that have to be resolved. So it's just normal. It's literally normal. That's just how it is. Period. Put a stamp on it. That's it. Like, that's the expectation. Even if you meticulously support a release, you're going to have things that you might not have expected to see. So, literally, and I mean literally, I am happy to be flying in a sim right now. There's plenty that I like. There's some things that I don't. That's basically it. Now, I would say, what are the things I'm looking forward to the most? I'm looking forward to anybody that actually really shakes down the sim and provides us with a more detailed implementation to getting it to where we want it to be. So, for example, I think Two-Tone Murphy and more than a few others have already gone to lengths, some might say great lengths, to explain how to get the sim set up, and I probably will be taking time to go through those videos, at least to pay them lip service and see how everything works out. So I'll be doing something like that very shortly. In the meantime, I'm gonna do the digi lazy thing, which is basically try to figure out as quickly and as lazily as possible what's up. Stand by for me, chat. I'll be right back. All right, folks, I have returned. Just had a good phone call, so I apologize for the delay. Let's go ahead and continue our flight. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, just like getting yoinked back into the plane, into the helicopter. But welcome back, everybody. And it looks like the photogrammetry of the Disney World sign looks even better. Let me swing around. looks looks like they drained the water out of Typhoon Lagoon. Wow. Okay. So don't mind me. Um, you know, I appreciate my lurkers. So if you guys are sitting here lurking and you're like, "Hey, great, he's moving again." I am moving again. FS 2024 is still doing FS 2020 things with traffic. I see, that's okay. But this does look like a better photogrammetry treatment of the Disney World entrance logo. Photogrammetric bridges still seem to have issues. I'm assuming that's because of the fact that the river gets draped over the bridge that it has. So, is what it is. Ah, Coffee Cup Arcade, my friend, it is so good to see you. Welcome. Glad to have you aboard. We are in Flight Sim 2024, as you can clearly see, and we are enjoying what it has to offer. Hey, good to see you. It is good morning over there, isn't it? It's almost afternoon, not quite, but welcome. Glad to have you. And we are in Flight Sim 2024. We're flying a helicopter, an amazing helicopter, the Airbus H125. I don't know if you knew this, but I have a quite strong affinity.
Brace yourself.
Whoa! King Cobra coming through with a party of 8. Welcome, my friends. Good afternoon. My name is DIGI Driver. I am a flight sim streamer and scenery developer. I do tend to stream more scenery development than actual flights, so today is one of those days where it's like, hey, great, he's actually flying something. I am in Orlando, Florida, and I'm overflying Disney Springs, which some folks still call downtown Disney. Yay. And I am in the Airbus H125. King Cobra, very good to see you. And there we go. Kev, appreciate that comment. Um, there's so many things that, could have gone better. And there are probably so many more things that could have gone worse. But I will say, in hindsight, I kinda sorta feel like, and this is just my unprofessional opinion, I feel like Microsoft could have done a better job leveraging their infrastructure to offset things like the fact that, probably over 1 million people came on the servers, and that the current UI in FS 2024 could have been better, in my opinion. But again, it's not something that I'm utterly and completely just hopping mad about. Could it have been done better? Sure it could have. Sure it could have. But I guess it's one step at a time. I forget how much I had to use the UI to push back from the jetway at like LaGuardia or JFK or Philadelphia or Orlando International when we didn't have toolbar pushback, when we didn't have GSX integration with FS 2020 in the early years. And the add-on developers are probably going to be chomping at the bit, not chomping at the bit, they're already going. They're going to be working through the kinks to get things set up as quickly as possible so that people can actually enjoy the sim some more with their stuff. And I do feel like there have been some slight improvements to photogrammetry in terms of maybe resolution or, even better still, performance on people's PCs. Kev, I think. Oh no, wait, I don't have a shoutout command. Ugh. Homework for Digi. But folks, by all means, go check out my friend King Cobra 74. Click on their name. Go give them a follow if you haven't done so already. A great friend of the stream and somebody that likes to stream flight sim content. I go check King Cobra out every once in a while. Please feel free to give them a follow. They are highly recommended, and we're about to crash. Wow, I think I lost lift for a moment. Oh, okay, so there we go. SO works. That's good. So Nightbot can at least do that. Okay, there we go. All right. So we just kind of spent time overflying Disney Springs. Let's go check out some more recognizable landmarks like Epcot. All right. uh, well, I guess we're all learning some things. So let's do this. Let's have some fun with basic helicopter ops since we're in the middle of a field. Let's see if we can touch this down gently. All right. Gently. I said gently. The grass might not move around so much. Okay, there we go. Now, I guess it depends on the actual flora on the ground, because as you can tell, you don't see a lot of ground texture. You see a lot of plant life. And there are places where the grass really moves based on exactly how much wind is being exposed to it. But I do like that you actually see the wind moving through the grass a little bit. You can tell. I think it depends on where you're landing, because you can see the blades of the grass actually move. I like the dust that it kicks up. I do like that. Nick Ressa, hello. Welcome aboard, my friend. Also, another great friend of the stream. And of course, where are my manners? Coffee Cup Arcade is an amazing friend of the stream who happens to stream what he kind of calls SID radio, which is Commodore 64 SID tunes, music that come from demos and sometimes from video games or more popularized tunes on the internet. Also, every once in a while does play games on stream. So, another friend of the channel that if you are into Commodore 64 or retro gaming, you might want to give a check out too as well. So we are overflying, I think, Old Key West, which is a resort area in Disney, and we're about to overfly Epcot. And Epcot used to be called Epcot Center. And Epcot Center in the beginning used to be a combination of two places. A thing they kind of called Future World, and then the World Showcase Pavilion, which is the area all around this little man-made lake here, or maybe natural lake that they filled in. And you have representatives that actually live in different countries of the world, which come here on some kind of like a temporary visa. So basically, when you go to France, or when you go to Morocco, or when you visit the Japanese pavilion, you actually have people that are, um, for lack of a better phrase, you could say indigenous to that region, actually there, and um, making the experience more enjoyable. So let me descend a little bit more. I'm looking at Morocco. I almost want to adjust the time of day, but I'm going to try to just be more patient. Nick, I don't know what the rolling cache does fully anymore because of the fact that so much, virtually everything is loaded from the cloud into the sim. I would imagine the rolling cache maybe guards a few things that are commonly loaded during your session so that you don't have to load absolutely everything every time. I'm not sure what the rules are for the rolling cache. I'm wondering if maybe the rolling cache gets wiped whenever you exit the sim. But I will say this, the sim tends to load fairly quickly for me now that we've kind of gotten past the hiccups of the first week in terms of everybody trying to get in, and the way that the network or everything gets loaded. So it's if I was going to take a stab at it, I'd probably say it's going to house some of the more commonly loaded assets. I'm assuming that's the case. Oh man, Mode 7 Super Nintendo graphics. That makes me want to play some Super Nintendo games. I might do that tonight. We're flying over the land pavilion, and I think I'm going to swing around a little bit and start figuring out where Magic Kingdom is. I think it's over that way. I think. Hold on. Hold on. I need to get my bearings, but I'm pretty sure it's this way. All right, let's go. After we swing by the Magic Kingdom, I might go back to the world map and go check out some place that I haven't been to at all in either FS2020 or FS2024, and then we'll see how things pan out. I might have to close a window or two, but no, I mean, I guess this is what it is. I'm trying to appreciate the sim for what it brings right now. My frame rate's a little touchy, but it's still smooth enough that I can enjoy this well. I have noticed some very slight improvements to photogrammetric rendering techniques. So the photogrammetry, which is what you're seeing on the ground right now, does look a little bit better than it did in FS2020. Not by much, but just enough to really get this thing to look very nice. It needs Mode 7, told ya. You know, someone crazy enough to do it might actually demake Microsoft Flight Simulator as just like a straight up homebrew game for the Super Nintendo and just have things working pretty much the same way. How dope would that be? A Super Nintendo game, kind of like Pilot Wings, except instead of like you flying a whole bunch of different airplanes, you would fly, airliners from major and semi-major airports. And the process would be like, shortcutted. You would basically have most things represented to the extent where you'd be able to take off from and land at runways. And then, you might cut to getting to cruise and then overflying the Earth wherever you're going. I mean, the concept has been explored with RPGs for years, like Final Fantasy, where you get into those blimps or whatever and you fly over the terrain and it cuts to a Mode 7 view, which looks beautiful. Like those RPGs have been doing it for a long time. So I can't see why that wouldn't happen. We'll do a brief flyover of some of the resort hotels that are around the Magic Kingdom. Up in front of us is the Grand Floridian, which for a long time was to me the gold standard of, swanky Disney visitage. If you stayed there, you paid a pretty penny and you looked like you were most people that were there dressed the part. You were like, visiting from say your glamorous other surroundings, and you stayed here. And whenever I went through this hotel or this resort with my family, I was like, ooh, this looks so pretty. Ooh, this looks so pretty. And now I think the Riviera is giving the Grand Floridian a run for its money. The Riviera is another resort that I might be able to find if I look hard enough for it. But it's beautiful out here. It's pretty. It's pretty. And if you look just off my nose, that little wedding chapel, that's a wedding pavilion, which points back to the Magic Kingdom. And then if I just rotate a little bit to the left, those buildings on the far side, on the beach shore right there, that is the Polynesian. And there's supposed to be buildings on the water there, but they're not there. They look like geometric shapes in the photogrammetry in FS2020. I think they made a good call removing them because I'm not sure. I guess they didn't have a very good time trying to figure out how to include them in current photogrammetry, so it just took them away, and that's fine. That's fine because you'd have to spend time modeling it by hand, and you can add scenery BGL files that aren't associated with an airport. I just don't know how. That you could probably make this place look really good. I wouldn't mind taking time to really dress this place up and make it look the way it's supposed to. The biggest problem that I have is I still don't know how to overcome or disable photogrammetry so that you can make buildings and things that look like they're supposed to look. I don't know. I mean, you can disable photogrammetry so that you can put scenery wherever you want it to go. As a matter of fact, let's test the sim. I don't care if it crashes because it comes back relatively quickly. And if it doesn't come back with FS 2020, I want to see if I can get rid of photogrammetry, what this place looks like. Do we even have that option anymore? Let's see. Photogrammetry. Okay. So we're going to turn photogrammetry off and we're going to see what this place looks like without it. All right. Resume. And it did nothing. Okay. Let me double check again. I must have done something wrong. No, photogrammetry is turned off. So I wonder why it didn't go back to the old view. Am I missing something? I don't know, chat. Whatever. It's not a humongous priority for me right now. That's fine. That's fine. I might mess around with that to see if it actually turns off later. But we're looking at the Contemporary Resort Hotel, one of the most iconic buildings in Walt Disney World, and probably a highly recognized building around the world. The monorail goes right through the middle of it on the top level, and this circular building here is the Disney Vacation Club um, portion of the Contemporary Resort. Anybody that's a Disney Vacation Mode member can stay in a place like this. Already buffered it? Probably. Probably. I think what I have to do is turn off photogrammetry and then load back in and see what these buildings look like. I probably don't want to because they will probably look extremely, extremely default. But let's try a little experiment because I'm extremely curious. I am going to turn off photogrammetry from here and then we're going to spawn in. Let's go down. Let's see, that's Orlando. And Windmere. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's way up there. That's where Universal Studios is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. So the photogrammetry is turned on the map, but we turned it off. I'm going to try to see what happens if we fly from here. If they actually turn off photogrammetry. If they don't, I'm going to consider it a bug they probably need to fix. Well, I told somebody that I talked to recently. I said, look, you're basically going into Google Earth and you're flying it. And no, I don't think the photogrammetry can be turned off right now. And to be honest with you, I'm not worried about it. So we'll keep the photogrammetry option turned on, assume it's a bug, and then figure out where we're going to go from here. So where can we go? Let me think. You know what I haven't done? I haven't flown around. Where could we go that's a pretty good place to check out? Let me go back to the world map. Let me just confirm that I turned photogrammetry on again. Not that it matters. It is on. Good. Good. All right. Now, let me see. I could probably go check out Copenhagen, Tokyo. I think I overflew Tokyo already in the new sim, but I'm not sure. Oh no, that was Sydney. What about anybody want to visit Paro? Where is it? I don't want to go to Lukla. I want to go to Paro. So I'm assuming, there we go. I want to go check this place out. I might have to turn the time back on to day, but we'll see. Will I rush it to Ukraine? Should be safe. Definitely in a sim. Absolutely right. I'm definitely not tired of the loading screen music. I like it very much. I wonder if they use the same studio to compose the music. I like listening to the music in FS2020 as well. It's very nice. Okay, I'm on the runway. I wasn't expecting that. Let's get the time of day set better. And let's go for a little spin. See what power looks like. Okay, so they put me at the other end. That's fine. And Paro was handcrafted or bespoke scenery. Ignore the ICBMs, Roger. This is pretty good. I like what they've done with default runway graphics and how they've added the 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 stuff. By default now, when you get these runways, you're gonna have those effects added for you already, so I won't have to layer them like I was trying to do at Lafayette. This is Paro, and I wanted to fly in the helicopter because I kind of wanted to see the way all the scenery looks out here. It kind of sort of looks majestic. Not gonna lie. Ooh, wow. Look at this temple. Let's go check it out. Are the rivers and the terrain mesh perfect? No, but the scenery looks kind of gorgeous. Wow. Bank angle, bank angle. So in the old FS2020 Pyro challenge, you'd be coming in down this valley and making that sharp turn to final. I think this is Bhutan. It looks amazing out here. How do you even live in a place like this? This is just something out of a movie. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Pull back on the stick. Let's go check out some of these trees up close. And I have seen some seasonal colors, so to speak. But in order for you to change, in order for you to, what am I trying to say? In order for you to change the time of year to see the different treatments of trees and whatnot, you are going to need to, I think you're going to have to turn off real-time weather. And then that shows you the difference. Let's go ahead and start slowing down some more. Okay. Well done, sir. Well done. Okay, so let's get a close look at these trees. Also, I kind of hope somebody that with more experience than I do figures out where to go to get a glimpse of the wildlife. What I might have to do is fly over Yellowstone and go check out some of the vistas that are out there. There are some um, well-known, like, rock faces or whatever they're called, cliffs, and I don't know what some of them are named. Let's just let this thing slide carefully. I can say the trees look good. They don't look as wavy and kind of like ethereal as they used to. So that's fine. Yeah, I think overall, in general, there have definitely been improvements to terrain mesh, or at least it looks like there have been improvements to terrain mesh and texturing. And flying low and slow works so much more nicely than it did in FS 2020. I think this is definitely the future direction of the sim, but I do think it's going to take some time to get to a place where we can fly whatever we want comfortably. Okay, so that's fine. Let me go check out, like, the Western Yellowstone area of the States, and then I'm going to potentially jump into FS 2020 for some airliner ops. Can I look up Yellowstone? I know there's a West Yellowstone airport, and it's probably going to be fairly good to go check out. Do I want to fly the Airbus? For this, I might fly something a lot faster. Not that much faster, not this, not the Albatross, but probably you? You know what? Why not? Oh, how do they get into that? What you would probably need to do is go into the settings right here, upper right. You might not see it, but there's a settings icon like a gear. And then in general, under advanced options, you can toggle developer mode, which shows you the ability to see all those menus where you can do things like showing FPS. So very, very similar to how you did it in FS 2020. And okay, let's just start in the sky flying. And I might change it so that I can see more of Yellowstone. Are there any points of interest out here? I'm trying to find them. There's Bozeman. Oh, okay. Bozeman is out here. Livingston, Minor. Ah, okay, okay. My apologies for forgetting that. But yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. It's very similar to how you were doing it, or how people were doing it in FS 2020. That is Lower Loon Creek. Do I have that? Oh, that's just like a grass strip. I took off from there in FS 2020. No, I did it in FS 2024. So here's West Yellowstone. And we'll just start in the air. And what I might do is I might actually adjust the season so you can see more green and less white. I will confess that I like snow in the sim, but sometimes I feel like it basically just overrides so much of what I'm looking forward to seeing. Like, this is nice and all, but I want to see more of what this place looks like. The Grand Prismatic String, maybe. A spring. All right, so hold on. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to... Oh, I have to do it while I'm flying? Okay, fine. All right, first thing we do is we turn off live weather. Oh, it wasn't on to begin with. How about that? Oh, that's live weather. Wow. Okay, so we turn live weather off. Kick it back to August, maybe? How about October? Look at how we're messing with the the layout. October already gets pretty snowy. That's crazy. Okay, September the 8th. Done. Okay, so there is some green, but not as much as I wanted. I kind of came in unprepared to go check out all this place had to offer, but it's still majestic out here, which is amazing. Okay, let's do a little 45-degree turn. Suck it in, chat. Pull them cheese. We're not going very fast, but we're not that slow either. We're at 185 plus knots. It is pretty nice out here, that's for sure.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Full.
Nice jet. Looks pretty nice out here. Wow.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Let's lower the gear. Let's get some speed down. I'll land on a road somewhere.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull
Let's
up.
add some flaps too, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not lower the landing gear? There we go. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. I think there is actually an airport back there. Excuse me.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Well, that looks pretty
Pull
close to an
up.
airport. So we're going there. Don't mind me. Definitely not going for realism at the moment. I did get started on the career mode. Um, it does. I think the career mode, like I said before, is a combination of just an in-game manual tutorial and kind of walkthrough rolled into one.
500.
Looks flat enough for me. We're landing. And yes, we do have colorful trees.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
All right,
Sink
excuse me,
rate.
folks, coming through. Okay, we'll use the dirt strip on the side of the road. And nope, nope, I'm not giving it enough juice. This might be a bit bumpy, but that's okay. Oh wow, good thing I didn't hit those rocks. Excuse me, coming through. Boink! Well, that's not gonna buff out. Nailed it! Welcome to the world of no longer landing on flat, totally flat Earth. First off, I think we were like, what, 80 knots? And then we just bounced all over the place. It's not the same anymore, man. It's you really have to watch yourself. If you're gonna ditch on terrain, you're gonna have issues unless you configure to land as gently as possible, which I clearly didn't do. But that was kind of fun. All right. Now, I didn't know where I was going in Yellowstone. Oh, right. That would be because I turned off crash detection. The plane would have probably been borked on the first hard landing into a rock. We would have been done. We would have been cooked, and we would have been, shot back up to like 500 or 1,000 feet. So yeah, that would explain why. Folks, I'm not sure if it's because of bandwidth or not, but my frame rate's not as healthy as it usually is. Let me check my settings. Let me see. I'm streaming fine, it looks like. So, let's see. Um, where can we go? Where can we go? I tried flying a little bit around Alaska and it was kind of cool. But let's go somewhere outside our comfort zone. Let's totally explore an offshoot place that I haven't visited at all. Let's go check out what ooh, you know what? Let's go check out Madeira. This could be interesting. And you know what? We'll set up in a Cessna and just kind of take our time. Or even the VL3. It's a tricycle aircraft. We should be fine. And we will go with, let's see, real time is really dark, so we're not going to do that. We'll go with like midday. And we'll go check out Madeira. Almost like it holds the earth in place. Nice. Wow, this airplane's quiet. Interesting. Why in the world is my... Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, why is my plane flying so slow? Gear is up. Flaps are all the way up. Okay, never mind. I'm going to switch over to the Cessna because I'm not liking the way the plane feels right now. It feels like I'm stalling. Let's do Diamond and we'll go load into it now. As we crash. That's okay. What am I doing on the water? It's okay, but let me go back to the main menu. I don't think it likes me loading into a plane when I'm not on the ground. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but that's okay. I have the Diamond DA. Let's try it again. Out here, fly now. I will say, man, the eye candy in this sim is lovely. All right, so we'll take it back to daytime, please. And that should be fine. That's a lot better. It seemed like the it seemed like the plane that I loaded into just kind of stalled. This is nice. Funchal looks very lovely down there. It looks like I think we have some live traffic at the airport that's about to depart. This is one of the more challenging airports to land at. I think because of the winds that are coming off of the mountains, which we're experiencing a little bit right now with some turbulence. But the landscape looks lovely. Let me go ahead and turn on real time, not real time, real weather or live weather, and then go back to daytime. We'll swing around again. Yeah, so again, like I mentioned before, um, a lot of purchase options for FS 2024. I have the standard edition. It comes with, sheesh, somewhere in the whole of, what was it, like 40, 50 plus aircraft? And it's a wide range, everything from Bush flight planes to the 747-800, the A321, I think the A320neo, which, since I have FS 2020 installed, I'm not sure if that came with 2024 or if they imported it from FS 2020 automatically. I thought it was like 70 or 70 plus, Kev. Yeah, I think you're right. So it came with a whole bunch. And now that the sim, or at least my bandwidth, seems to have stabilized, my frame rate's better. And yeah, we are getting turbulence off those mountains. That's pretty neat. I'm using live traffic. And I'm not sure if any of those planes actually have legit liveries. I thought they were supposed to. Let me check my settings real fast and see whether or not live traffic actually can be model matched. I was hoping for it. Not flight interface, online, photogrammetry, real-time online, AI offline, off. AI traffic and career, no. Live weather multiplayer, I'm on East USA, and I don't care about chat and rolling cash. So yeah, I don't know if they're still working on, I don't know if they're still working on model matching. I was hoping to see model matched aircraft at airports, but I guess that's something they're still working on. Let's go explore the island a little bit. I don't normally spend much time flying around the island in the sim. This might be a purely GA sim and I might not do any scenery development. Don't worry, I still plan on doing scenery development for FS2020 as well as FS2024. I feel like FS2020 still has a lot of tread left on its tires, and 2024 has some more time to mature, and that's normal. It's just like it happened with FS2020, so it is what it is. I am liking the way that the landscape looks, although I do feel almost like some of the landscape looks synthetic. But then again, I haven't spent a lot of time on this island, so maybe I'm wrong. We got some windmills up ahead, and looks like some beach houses and whatnot. I wonder if I could actually get the uh, MSFS 2020 map enhancement mod to work with this. I'm in no rush to do it though, because things look pretty. It does look nice out here. I figure I'll fly around a little bit, maybe another like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll take a quick break, and then I might set myself up for a very, very brief airliner flight in FS 2020. I'm kind of curious because I've had my eyeballs on FS 2024 for the past week, so to get into FS 2020 at this point, I'm interested to see if I can tell any glaring differences between the way that sim looks versus the way this one does. Also, I'm half tempted to land on that island up ahead. Not really island, but basically, you know what I mean. That area. My flaps are fully deployed. There we go. There we go. Thank you for discovering that. Wow, we're really slow now. That's great. I figure if I land uphill with full throttle, that should probably be enough to get up to the very pinnacle and stop. Or I can aim for that green patch right there and just roll. All right, we're gonna wreck it, but we're gonna wreck it the right way. At least I think we are. The turbulence is just messing with my approach. All right, keep pulling up. Okay, bouncing a bit. Oh wow, the terrain's actually making me jump. We missed it!
Stall.
Uh, and we're down. Oh, wow, we're in the water.
Stall.
Nailed it. Not quite. Can I don't know how to activate slew real easy, but such is life. What's interesting is that the water does move the plane, but doesn't take away from the fact that we landed upside down. We almost had it, chat, but that's kind of fun. Oh, of course, I can activate slew mode. Duh. Let's see. Let's park it where I kind of want it to be. And we'll park the plane here. And then take slew mode off and hopefully we'll stick it. Nope. Nope, not quite. Oh, there it is. Let's take it back to slew mode.
Up.
Doesn't quite work that well. But I can't say I am impressed by the way it interacts with terrain now. That may have counted. I'm pretty sure it would have. I'm pretty sure it would have. Also, I can't hit the parking brake button from here. Do I have a parking brake? Pitch trim, pitch trim. Where is the parking brake? That's the parking brake. Okay. So, let's Control Shift E this thing. And get out. Where's the exit on this thing? Where is it? Here? How do you do it? Let's see. Do you push it forward? Do you pull it back? Oh, you know what? Let's do Shift C. There we go. Oh, wow. Can definitely say the ground cover is absolutely wonderful. This looks magnificent, even if the flowers are pixelated. I walked under the tail. That's funny. Look at that. A few levitating rocks, that's all right. A tree out in the water. But I will say the ground cover looks exponentially, literally an order of magnitude better than how it looked in the sim before. This is probably why I would spend even more time in the sim than normal. I think literally because I just be enjoying places like this, or maybe even any airport scenery that I create or that I would design so that you could walk into it and maybe even interact with it. That's something that I have to figure out, something that I'm going to have to learn. So, yeah. Let me see, can I actually zoom in there? Can I see anything? There's my EFB. That's kind of neat. Is there anything that I can see or do? I think I don't have my third person view turned on, but that's okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me walking, but it is nice. We'll turn up the sounds. And welcome back to Digi Explores the Island of Madeira. Digi has had a harrowing quest to try to land on an island where no plane should have had business landing there. But now we're walking, and we are enjoying nature. People are like, Digi's being weird, I'm out of here. This is actually quite nice. I mean, sheesh, what? Like, make drivable roads and whatnot, and you can have you can have airplanes that fly into airports that deliver cargo, where you can take it in a car and deliver it to some home and do like an even more in-depth career mode. This is nice. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna go fly an FS2020 after this. I'm just having too much fun, you know, walking through the landscape. This is kind of like the hidden game mode now for me that I appreciate. And the trees are solid. The trees are solid. You can no longer land at a short field runway and go into the tree line and be like, oh, we'll get the plane turned around. No, I think it's going to be more like bonk. You're in. Look at the leaves. This is lovely. These look like rocks now. Boink. All right, go around. And can I get down to the ground? Not that way. I could cliff dive. I am trying to get down to the beach, if you will. We have come down pretty far from the top of the hill. What I find funny about this is that we've gotten to this place where this new mode is, to me, so cool. I hear the waves. This is absolutely just, this is unbelievably beautiful in terms of like how chill everything sounds. All I need now is just like an iced tea and a chair, and we're good. Wow. Check this out. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, I don't think you can go under the water, but look at that. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's play with the time of day a little bit. Anybody coming in? Leaving? I think they're repositioning AI traffic. A little weird, but that's okay. Look at this, chat. I thought there was like a free camera mode that I could do. Behaviors? No, not behaviors. Packages, rulers, SIM connector, inspector, screenshot, toolbar, avatar capture. Huh. Career tool. Oh, you can pick missions. Wow. It's absolutely beautiful. Actually, there is one place I can think of going to where I can... Oh wait, what about free cam? Rotate, move camera. And there we are. Fantastic. That's a screenshot. Superb. All right. So, there we go. Sorry about that. That got loud quick. It's a beautiful, great big world out there to explore. And I think there's plenty of traction for it to build, to gain. Is it perfect? It still has a long way to go. But again, that's okay. Now, let me load into FS2020, and then we'll do a flight in there, like maybe a quick 737 flight to, I don't know, Toronto, or like Chicago to Minneapolis? I don't know. Now let me see what the difference is between this and FS2020. It shouldn't take me long to get a plane set up to go flying, so I'll load in and I will push back from the gate, and then we'll go fly somewhere not that far away from here. Maybe we'll do something like Dulles to Louisville or like Amarillo to wherever. I'm trying to find out of the way places to go fly in just to kind of appreciate what we have. Apparently, it's been a while. I'm sorry, I should have checked whether or not I was going to actually ask me for updates before we started the sim. But we're back in. I'll go ahead and get lossless scaling started back up again. And we'll go flying. I think the sim has really introduced me to different ways of enjoying visiting other parts of the world that I don't normally do because I get really comfortable. I don't tend to go outside of the areas that I normally like to fly to, places like, usually flights in the States or whatnot. Actually, I might take advantage of this to actually go fly somewhere else. I will update the stream title. Let me go ahead and update change the category. And there we go. I just updated my stuff, so we should be fine. Thanks for the shout out to Nick Wrestler, by the way. Again, nothing too fancy. I'm probably either going to fly the A320neo or say uh, the 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 737-600, and we'll go fly somewhere, somewhat basic. So I still haven't decided yet whether or not I want to do the US or Europe. I might. What could we do? What could we do? Technically, it doesn't matter where I go because I'm not going to go on VATSIM this stream. I will probably either do a West Coast flight or I will go to Europe. Let's go ahead and go to the world map real fast. And let's see where we can fly. If I do a West Coast flight, it'd probably go San Diego to San Francisco or LA to SFO. If I do an international flight, I might try flying out of Heathrow or Manchester to Amsterdam. Or I could try flying from, say, Keflavik to the Faroe Islands. I think I'll do a West Coast trip this time and maybe think about doing a lazy world tour. San Diego to LAX would be a crazy commuter flight in a 736, which is kind of funny actually. Or what I could probably do is go visit Palm Springs from, say, San Luis Obispo. There we go. How long is this runway? It's a regional airport. The runway is it's not that short. We could do a regional op in a 736 from San Luis Obispo to Palm Springs. Yeah. And technically I don't even have to fly an airliner. I could have fun with a GA plane, like a BizJet. But because I haven't flown an airliner on stream in a little bit, I'm going to pick one. The airliner that would make the most sense for me would be the 736. Let's go ahead and choose an appropriate livery. We could do American, we could do Southwest. I have classic Southwest livery, but we'll do Heart 1. And let's see, November 820 Sierra Whiskey, Southwest, and 197. Not a heavy plane. And now that we have the plane selected, look at that, there is a gate. Let's go ahead and load in and have some fun. It has been some time since I flew the 737, so I'm looking forward to doing it. This is probably going to be another quick flight, so I'm most likely not going to be doing any scenery development on stream this time. But look on the bright side, Digi's flying more than once. I know, crazy, isn't it? I might whip up a third cup of coffee or wait till later tonight to do that. I'm probably going to wait till later, but I will most likely step away from the flight deck for like a minute or two while I go take a quick leg moving break, and then we'll probably talk about what the next few weeks are going to bring. But I will say, first off, I do fully intend, again, to do both FS2020 and FS2024 scenery development. I think for the most part, if I want to do airline flying, it's unfortunately most likely going to be an FS2020 for now, but I am going to be making sceneries for both sims. Whether or not I'm going to be focusing on Lafayette anytime soon would probably be depending on whether or not they actually do stuff. Hydrate and stretch. Very good, very good. This isn't facing a jetway. Aw. Thank you, M. Glickman. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Really appreciate having you aboard. This looks different than what I wanted to look like. So we're going to do a few things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the airplane turned around real fast, and we will eventually hydrate, so just sit tight. Let me get the bird kicked up. Arm the emergency lights. Get the battery power on. And go to FS Actions. Ground Services. Let's see. Stairs inhibited. Probably because... Yeah. Release the stairs, please. We're going to use a jetway. And then I should be able to get this thing turned around. So I'll wait for the stairs to go away. They might just disappear, go bloop. And if they don't, they don't. Let me see how far the jetway goes. All right, that should be good enough. And let's see if the jetway actually comes to the plane. Let's go to pushback toolbar, and can we get the jetway to come all the way out here? Let's find out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not expecting it to. And super stretch. Let's see, hold on. How close did it get? Well, the passengers are going to have to move quite a bit. But let me move the plane. I guess it's going to have to be there. But that should be fine now. That's a lot better. San Luis Obispo. How about them apples? All right, that should be enough for now. Let's get the ground services to give me some ground power. Ground power, air and air conditioning. Chocks are set. And what else am I missing? Okay, we have enough to get this bird started up. So let's go ground power. Standby power. And we'll get the circuit breaker lights all the way up because I'm DIGI and I like lots of bright lights. Not all the time, but in certain areas. And let's go up top and do alignments. And devices. Dome lights dim. And then we will do nav. Oh, I like this. All right. So logo lights on. It's a DIGI flight, of course. And what else am I missing? Let's see. Galley power should be on. That's on. Window heat so I don't forget them. And we'll leave hydraulics as is. Recirc fan is on. Let's get backs to auto for the moment. And let's start figuring out a flight from here to Palm Springs. So, EFB, baby, here we go. Let me get a flight going. I will go on to sim brief and pop something on really fast. And I haven't forgotten to stretch and to hydrate, so I will take care of that shortly, M. Glickman. Thank you. Just have to sign in. I'm pretty sure I had sim brief integrated with the 737 already. Let's go ahead and sign in. You guys aren't seeing anything, but I'm trying to move as fast as I can, so I apologize in advance. There we go. All right, let me take a look outside the plane real fast. What's my registration? Registration for today's flight is November 600 Whiskey November. So it didn't actually write the registration that I put in. That's okay, I don't care. November 600 Whiskey November. All right, stand by. Let's see, KSBP. Wait, how's that work? What airport is this? What is the ICAO for San Luis Obispo? San Luis Obispo, ICAO. ICAO code is, yeah, KSBP. That's weird. Oh, of course. Southwest, 197, KSBP to K. Okay. Palm Springs, ICAO. That is KPSP. Wow, it's been a while. Hoo-wee. Okay, pick the aircraft type. That's going to be a 737-600, 736. Where is it? B736, B736. And there we go. Remember 600 Whiskey November, and fin number is what? Fin number is 600. This is dope. It's been a while, chat. It's been a while. So some rust is going to be expected. And because lazy, I'm flying with the gamepad. Go ahead, judge me. Block time's going to be an hour 15 minutes. So I'm expecting this to be a 50, 45-ish minute flight. We'll depart on runway 29er and land on runway 13 left. Really? Did I do that correctly? Hang on, chat. Hang on. My flight should be ready to import very shortly into the sim. Let's request data from SimBrief. My alternate airport is Los Angeles. We're flying out of San Luis Obispo and we're going to go to Palm Springs. So let's see. We have weather and we have the OFP. That is superb. All right. Now, can I import the data from the systems? Hold on. let's go get the posinet set up. We'll use the last position for IRS, and we're going to say KSBP. It is so nice to actually have really fluid usage of my UI here. I probably have to turn my tooltips off in 2024, but again, growing pains, growing pains. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just grateful to still have FS2020 installed. So runway 29er, and we're flying to KPSP. KPSP, Palm Springs, Kilo Papa Sierra Papa. Flight number is going to be Southwest 197. Okay. And let's see. Request sim brief route. That's interesting. All right. Set payload, set fuel, and that's 11,600 pounds. It already set my fuel for me. That's great. That's wonderful. Thank you. Return. Select route. There we go. Flight plan request. It should be loading in now. Unless it's not. Route uplink ready. Let's go. Load. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm happy. This is making me happy. I don't care what anybody says. I'm an airliner boy. I'm happy to have this. Okay, so we're going to pick runway 29er, and now we're going to start working on the performance in it. So the flight plan tells me, or the OFP tells me, that we have a zero fuel weight of, what do we have? We have 11,600 pounds of fuel. So we're going to have a zero fuel weight of 113.5. Reserves for this flight are going to be, well, let me take a look at the fuel. We have 4,568 pounds of fuel for the trip, about 1,400 pounds of contingency fuel, about 2,850 pounds of alternate fuel to get back to LAX, and FinRes fuel of 2,241 pounds. So I would say at a minimum, we have at least 2,500 pounds of reserves based on everything that we have. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's be a little bit more precise. We have roughly 2.2 of reserves, and the cost an expert day's flight is going to be 35. So kind of like a lazy flight to Palm Springs. And cruise winds are going to be 246 at 075. 246 at 075. No, 075. Let's go. Oh, it doesn't? Huh. Hold on. What's the outside temperature? It is 16 degrees. I wonder why it didn't let me do that. I wonder why it also didn't let me do that. I might have to mess with my fuel first. 11.6. What's my cruising altitude? Cruise is going to be... That's weird. I'm going to be no higher than flight level 230, so that's fine. 230. And yeah, 246 at 075. There we go. And OAT is 16C. There we go. Got it. So it's not that warm out there. Kind of cold. Grab your jackets. N1, we're using full takeoff thrust, and we're going to be doing flaps 5 for departure. So flaps 5, CG term is going to be 5.03. Where are we right now? All right, stand by. Let's get this set. I will forbear my hydrate and stretch for when we actually get up in the sky on the way to Palm Springs, but it looks like we're set up right now. And with trim set, we have... I wonder why it's not done yet. Oh, probably because I haven't executed it. Okay. And 1. And there we go. V1 is 119, V rotates 120, and V2 is 130, which I'm going to go ahead and set up here. Looks like the sprint air is about to leave. That's fine. Course heading, I usually make the same as the magnetic heading when we depart from an airport, along with the heading setup. So we're going to use 29er, which is 290. That's kind of cool. Note to self, get a Saab for use in Microsoft Flight Sim. Looks so cool. FS2028, perfect. But it's got model matching. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we've got that set. I will also set the course over here to 290 as well. Unless, of course, we're doing an ILS into Palm Springs. So, are we doing a departure out of here? I don't know. Let me check. I'll check FMC, and it doesn't look like we are. Let me check the arrival. KPSP. What are we doing? Actually, hold on. No, we're going direct to 13 after PSP. After the Palm Spring VOR. We're going to go direct 13. So how are we going to do the approach? All these approaches are RNAVs, and there's one VOR approach. That's fine. Let's take the RNAV Zulu from final. No. From thermal? Yeah, from the final approach. We'll add it to the route, and there we go. So we're going to have to do this kind of funky arrival. There are arrivals, but the flight plan literally takes us to the Palm Springs VOR. So RNAV Zulu, and we'll just go ahead, execute, check the route, PSP, and then WASAC. Yep. We're in the sim, and we're not on that sim, so I don't care. That's it. There's my flight plan. And we've got the performance data set. So what's left to do? Probably get the APU kicked on. Has the other airplane taken off yet? They're almost about to. That's great. Oh, wow. Look at the afternoon sky. Is this real time? I'm pretty sure this is real time. Now it is. Not much of a difference. All right, so we got this bird set to go. Let's go ahead and get the flight directors on. And we'll get the auto throttle armed. VNAV, LNAV. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. Is there anything that I'm missing in terms of... No, we're fine. So the ILS is aligned, or it should be. We'll get the yaw damper on, and we will start getting everything set. I will turn on... Do I have any fuel in the center tanks? Let me see. No fuel in center tanks, just wing tanks. So we'll get the fuel pumps going, because I'm lazy like that, and we will get the Beacon's already steady. Let's get the APU kicked on. APU bleed, and we're going to be cruising at 230 today. Landing altitude at Palm Springs is what? Let me see. It's going to be 476 feet. So, pretty close to 500, so I'll take that. And isolation valve is open for now. Packs are on. We're going to get the APU fired up. It is firing up. And we are almost out of here, chat. The APU is coming to life. And that plane's almost gone, so it's going to be our turn pretty soon. APU's almost about ready to go. All right. APU gen. Batteries on the bus. Let's go ahead and dismiss the power. Ground services, ground power release. We can release these guys. And I will dismiss the jetway my own way because I didn't use it through here. Jetway's going away. And I'm probably going to use the built-in pushback service because it's probably going to be a little smoother on a 737 than the standard toolbar pushback service. So if the APU is running, I'm going to turn the packs off. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Doors to auto. Cross-check. Stand by for all call. Well, no, that's when we land. Doors to auto and cross-check. So we've got the fuel pumps going. We've got the APU running. And let's see. Anti-collision light is now on. Hydraulics full on. Window heat's on. Probes can come on next. And then we should be able to get going. We should be able to do a straight pushback. Or straight-ish. All right. Let's request the chocks be removed. And before I do anything else, before this airplane starts rolling away, let's go ahead and get the pressure set for the parking brake. There we go. Parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and request pushback service. Pushback, let's see. Standard L, turn nose to the right. How about turn nose left? Yeah, because you turn the nose to the left, 90 degrees. Actually, no, right. 90 degrees, chocks removed. Let's see, distance to taxi line. How many feet? Probably less than that. So let's take a look. Distance to taxi line, probably 50 feet. Or just turn the nose to the left and not worry about how far it goes. Chocks are removed. We've got the tug. Let's go ahead and call it.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start, tail to the right. Copy that, ready for push, tail right. Release parking brake, please.
Okay, parking brake should come off when I do this. Hold on. Stand by.
Brakes released.
There we go. All right, moving.
Brakes released, here we go.
All right, lock time's on. Here goes, chat. kick this up a little bit more just so you get some sounds. Oh, wow. The bass boost kicks in on these headphones.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please. Brake set. Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
Okay, so we are on our way out of San Luis Obispo and we're heading to Palm Springs today. Full takeoff thrust, 119, 120, 130 set. And the approach for Palm Springs, we have 13 right. I'm not sure why I picked 13 left. We'll double check that. Arrival into Palm Springs is going to be 13 right. Right, there we go. So the approach magnetic deviation is going to be 130. So we'll put that here. There we go, 130 set, and yeah, okay, we're good to go. All right, takeoff ref set, and let's go ahead and make sure that we are squawking my favorite squawk code, 2257 TARA. Get some panel brightness, and that should be everything. All right, we'll do a quick flight controls check. Steering full left, steering full right, full forward, full back, full left rudder deflection, full right rudder deflection, and we will set the flight number here. Nice and smooth. That's it, and we should be ready to go. So back to engine systems down here, and we'll get the taxi lights on, and we will do generators. At least I think we will. Hello? Gen 1, TR1. Oh, well, you know what? The other one didn't finish powering up. So hang on. Let's make sure that the engines are rolling. Feeding it fuel would probably be a very good idea. There we go. All right, press the B button because I'm lazy, and minimums at Palm Springs. Minimums for the approach, we're going to be doing 812 feet, baro minimums. Stand by. How many feet? 812. Okay, 812 set. There we are. All right, headphone warning, this might get loud. We'll take a quick check outside. Here we go. Looking good. let's get going. All right, parking brake should be released as of. Hold on. Need more pressure. Oh, wait. I have to do this by hand. There we go. Done. Parking brake is released. Let's go taxi. Let's get the taxi layout done. And if I can find myself on the map, then we're going to go ahead and taxi to 29 via Alpha. And a big handy hello to everyone that's actually stopping by tonight to say hi. I am on my way to Palm Springs from San Luis Obispo in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We were in FS2024 earlier, crashing all the things, having fun with a helicopter, and also trying to land a plane on the island of Madeira on hills and places where an airplane shouldn't just try to land on, and clearly we crashed multiple times and had a good time doing it. Also, I think I'm going to do something with scenery. I'm going to kick up my grass because I like seeing more of that. That should be fine. Let's see, taxi and wing lights on. Now we're on gens. Should have been on generators a while ago. APU is off. And what else am I missing? Packs. Isolation valve to auto. Quick peek upstairs. Yeah, yaw damper, fuel pumps. Gen 1 TR1, we have APU turned off, taxi lights on. And what else am I missing? Not much. I think we're good to go now. Oh, probes. We'll definitely want probe lights. I'm sorry, probes on. Okay, that's it. Nobody is arriving. At least I don't think so. We'll park up here for just a moment before we depart. Make sure we're set. Auto throttle armed. One last check. Yeah, whatever. Not worried about that. And I think that's everything. Flight attendants prepare for departure. And strobe lights up. There. We should be happy. All right. Actual airliner flight today from San Luis Obispo to Palm Springs. We'll bring the sound down after takeoff. All right, folks, no delay. Let's hit it. Disregard. Getting flaps in place.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Flaps 2. And flaps 1. Gentle climbing left turn. 1500 will go Command A. I'll nav. Flaps up. Beautiful departure out of San Luis Obispo as we go to Palm Springs today. Looking lovely out there. All right, so about 10 minutes on the ground, and we are on our way out to Palm Springs, flying the PMDG 737-600 in the Southwest livery, Heart 1. We are November 600 Whiskey November, Southwest 197. We're not on VATSIM, we're just having some fun at FS2020. All right. After takeoff checklist, we got, let's see. Landing lights are going to be on until 10,000 feet, or until we turn them off. Taxi lights, nose lights off. And we have engines doing their thing. Flaps are all the way up. Yeah, we're climbing. 3,600 feet per minute. That's fast. All right, let's bring the sound down. And let's go ahead and turn the lights off since we're about to cross 10,000. Let's go all the way up to 230. Okay, it's still climbing, so it shouldn't get an off-schedule descent warning. And there we go. All right, headphones warning. Going to set up my showcase view inside the plane, so it's going to get loud temporarily. Stand by. I like this view a little bit. Don't know. This is kind of nice. There we go. Passing 12,000 feet as we climb to flight level 230 for our flight to Palm Springs. And we are how far along? We're on our way to Durb. And then we're going to hit probably a vector airway No, we're going to go to Marek and then to Papa Mike Delta, which is a VOR. And I think that's when we're going to hit the Victor 137 airway. And that is Palmdale. We're going to be way above LA. We're going to be outside of Burbank. So you'll probably see LA and stuff on our right hand side. But we won't be that far out and won't be that far up for long. Matter of fact, let me check the flight plan. There we go. So top of climb is going to be somewhere around 30. I'm sorry, top of descent is probably going to be somewhere around 30 some odd minutes from now. Top of climb is coming up pretty quickly. When we get to Palm Springs, airport weather right now is winds 120 at 4 and the altimeter is 29 or 88. Okay, chat, like I said before, I'm going to get up, use my legs for a little while, come back to the flight deck, and we will complete this flight to Palm Springs. Sit tight, should be back shortly. Thank you. All right, chat, I am back. Thanks for waiting for me. We are well on our way to Palm Springs today. We took off from San Luis Obispo about, what, looks like 10 minutes ago? Hold on, let me check. Yeah, about 10 minutes ago. We were on the runway at least. And we've got an hour, 15-minute block time for this flight, so probably sometime in the next 30 or so minutes we'll be in our descent. Not doing too bad. We've hit cruise. I can definitely hit the standard button here, and I can go down here and do my init ref for approach. When we land at Palm Springs, we'll probably do flaps 30 for the arrival, and 135-ish, just shy of 140 or so is usually where I'm probably going to be in terms of speed. I feel a little uncomfortable being at 135, but I could probably do it. Let's get ourselves set up on course for the arrival into 13 right. I don't know why I said 13 left at the beginning. I thought that's what the flight plan was. 13 left is a very skinny and very short runway anyway. So that's good. We're at cruising altitude and we will be up here for a little bit. We are cruising at about Mach 0.65. And did the flight plan actually say 230? I guess it did. Yeah. That's where we'll be for a bit at least. And why am I not tracking the plane anymore? That's a little weird. There must be something about this that I don't understand, but that's okay. Written DC, my friend. This is indeed a DIGI stream, and you join me on a momentous occasion. I'm actually flying a jet. I am in the PMDG 737-600. We're in Southwest Airlines livery, and we are flying from San Luis Obispo over to Palm Springs today. Very quick commuter flight, and if you lower the volume on your headphones, I'm going to show you the livery. Ain't it pretty? Look at that. Screenshot. It's pretty. I like it.
Increase descent. Increase descent.
Interesting.
Clear of conflict.
Look at that. We're like right on the tail of Airbus. I wasn't expecting to come across traffic on the flight plan, but there it is. Yeah. Yep. Traffic. Traffic. They're about less than a nautical mile in front of me? That's crazy. Well, that's fun. And we've got another one over this way, uh, ignoring the multiplayer traffic. Actually, we've got enough airliner traffic to disable multiplayer for now, so I will take multiplayer off. There we go. That will clear up some confusion. VXB11, they left Burbank. I can't even tell what they are. Oh. Okay, so we are established. Folks, very happy to have you aboard. Hopefully you're having a very good weekend today. If you're not, or if you just feel under the weather, um, may God bless you and give you a chance to chill and to relax. I pray that He watches over us all, and I pray the Lord forgives my sins as I forgive those who sin against me, and that Twitch chat will be blessed, and that those that need encouragement and support will receive it. In Jesus' name, amen. I will say, without hesitation, that if you were one of those folks that waited to purchase FS2024 and you are happy as a clam flying FS2020 right now, you have nothing to fear. Enjoy FS2024 if you have it. If you're getting used to it, that's great. If you have FS2020 and you're like, oh man, I'm bummed that it wasn't part of the release hype and all that stuff, don't worry. Don't worry. Just like every single release that's ever been released by a software company ever, you are going to have issues on release day, issues on a release week, issues during the first year of the product's life cycle that the company's going to work on, and you're patiently waiting for the ability to download the planes. There you go. I got, let's see, traffic's off to my right. No factor. There's a Southwest flight. There we go. Um, but yeah, I got standard edition. I got like 70 aircraft. I'm working on making scenery for it. Not today because it's a short flight, but in the future, I might actually do something, or I might even fly P3D tonight and open up Blender and start working on custom buildings for my very first scenery release, which I hope to release early next week. In the meantime, I have had so much fun flying the helicopters, or helicopter of choice, the H125. I have flown low and slow-ish, and I tried flying an airliner offline, and I don't know if I was doing stuff wrong or if there's plenty for me I have to learn about the actual, UI. Yeah. For me, the biggest draw of flying in 2024 is low and slow flight and flying the helicopters. So I've enjoyed that. If you're talking about airliners in the sim, I tried flying the 787 Max, the Boeing business jet one. It's just that I have yet to learn the key binds for 2024. So, like, I had my co-pilot. I couldn't easily access the menu to attach the jetway, push back, all that stuff. So I'm relearning as I go. Oh, in the Cub, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't worry about flying that. I mean, like, once I get past figuring out how to fly airliners again in the sim, it'll be cool. But I guess if the included airliners don't have the kind of usability that the PMDG and other planes that I have do, then it's probably going to take me more effort to get outside of an airport. That's fine. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will definitely take that under consideration. Also, I wish it was easier to be able to get inside the flight deck. I'm sorry, the cabin of the BBJ, because it's a nice treatment of a 737, of course. So that's on my mind. But yeah, and with the default planes that released with FS 2020, so many of the switches were in-op or just unclickable. Period. So again, the period of time for me to go, oh man, like it's okay. It's okay. I'm down. I have it. I didn't spend a lot of money. If and when it comes to the point that I decide to get the premium deluxe version, I'll gladly pay extra to be able to get back into the 787 again and have those add-ons transfer over. I am not worried. Right now, I'm having a good time flying in 2020 again with the 737, and I've got lossless scaling on. What's my frame rate right now? Oh, we're good, Chad. We're so good right now. I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah, 2020 still has its place. That's fine. And that was kind of to be expected. I mean, for example, one of my friends, Flight Sim streamer Studio Canuck, when 2020 released, I think he tried it out once on stream, but we were doing the P3D flights until at least um, PMDG released the 737, and Leonardo released the Mad Dog, and then we started having people do lots of those flights that are like the established flight sim streamers, and then that was like when basically everything was set in place. Do I think that the same thing is going to happen with 24? Probably. Or it might take less time. You never know. It might take less time for them to actually get to that place. I can always hope. But as it is, I'm going to use 2024 as my new go-to for eye candy and for GA ops. And if you were lurking at all earlier, you saw me kind of like get out of the plane and walk around an island and then get down to the shore and listen to the mellow out sounds of shore waves. And we had a nice sunset view. It was absolutely superb. I'm happy. So now I have another flight sim that actually isn't taking up anywhere near as much room on my hard drive as I thought it was going to. So I still don't have to get rid of P3D. I still have FS2020. I still have X-Plane 12. I'm happy. I'm happy. Now let me check something out. How far are we from top of drop? To top of drop, 29 nautical miles. So let's go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt sign if I can reach it. Okay, good. And let's go ahead and configure for our arrival into Palm Springs. So we're not flying a standard standard arrival. So let me check the VFR. Wait, does the VFR sectional show me yeah, okay, now I see them. Minimum safe altitudes. Until I get to around Palm Springs, I think what I'm probably going to do is descend to about 9,100 feet. So we'll set up 9,100, which is the minimum safe altitude in that vicinity. And then when we get to top of drop, VNAV should take over and we should be good. We're still behind that flight, but they're further out than we are now, which is fine. And I will set up auto brake 3 should probably suffice. Maybe even auto brake 2, but we're okay. We've been flying for 23 minutes and it looks like we'll descend pretty much right on time. And what else do I want? I want to set up my heading for the direction I'm facing right now, which is 107 degrees. But yeah, I'm very pleased with what we have right now. Like, it's kind of like looking back, the mac and cheese in the box is still beautiful and I can customize it to taste. Looks like we've got an aircraft in front of us. Ooh, where are you? Okay, you're out that way. So we might have a traffic situation, but I don't think they're climbing fast enough for it to be a conflict. At least not right now. Also, traffic frozen. It's okay. It's okay. Live traffic, not worried about it. Still adds to the ambiance. Air Canada. Whoa. It's gonna be a bit of a haul. What, LAX to Vancouver? Oh, dude. Vancouver was so pretty when I got there after I cruised down from Alaska. It was pretty. And it looks like we're going to be beginning our descent very shortly. How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, we're inside the circle, so we should be descending very soon. Thanks again to everybody that stopped by today and said hello or that's been lurking. I appreciate my lurkers. You guys bring up the algorithm for the channel, so thank you so much. I am a flight sim streamer that does scenery development and Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and soon 2024 as well. After I wrap up today's flights, that'll probably be it for me in terms of flying, unless I actually break out the joysticks and fly in P3D on a long haul. But I'll probably be doing a little bit of casual, quiet scenery development after I either make dinner tonight or I get something from somewhere. Oh no, what? What happened? Not P3D. Well, okay, see, I suffer from a condition known as I still like P3D. So no matter what the steps back in graphics that I take, I still like flying the 787 from Quality Wings that's there. I've had experiences, okay? Well, okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So we're on our way down to 9,100, and I'm going to, can I actually turn on terrain radar with this? Probably not. Oh, well, we'll try. We'll try. All right, we'll see what the weather radar does. We've got a little bit of turbulence, and we do have our seatbelts on, right? We do. Yep, I see terrain already. That's working. I would say I'm kind of in the same camp. I remember back in 2021, I bought the professional version of P3D, and I think I bought some more land class scenery for Europe and Africa and South America. But I think South American land class was free. I think they were giving that away. And then I bought the Feel There Embraer E175. And then I think that was about it. Most of my FSX sceneries transferred over into P3D. Most of them, some of them I couldn't use, maybe one or two, but it was it. I mean, I had like a somewhat extensive Orbex catalog, so those are purchases that I had from FSX, and that's probably somewhere around like a couple grand. So I purchased a bunch of stuff for Microsoft Flight Sim when I had FSX. So that was good. That was good. I didn't actually spend that much in P3D, but FSX, that was years of flying, and I flew the rivets off those planes. My word, I just enjoyed that sim so much. I pushed the sim to its breaking point several times over, so I got my money's worth. And then again, when I transferred those sceneries over to P3D. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. I had a lot, and I mean a lot of time in that sim. Okay, we're descending at about 2,000 feet per minute. Let me just make sure we're not going to run into any peaks out here. Closest ones are going to be off to my left at about 11,500 and 9,300. So let's just keep it around, I'll say about 10,000 feet for now. And once we clear this section, I should probably be able to get into the minimum safe altitude of 9,100 around the Palm Springs area. But considering I'm like 15,000 some odd feet right now, I'm probably not going to run into issues. So I am going to go ahead and set for 9,100. And once we get set on the approach, that's when I'll bring it down to the landing altitude. What's the bar row altitude that I'm going to be hitting on the approach right now? Approach is going to be 451 feet, but Wasac is going to be at 6,000, and then we'll follow that down. The, I think, final approach fix is going to be at 1,713 feet, but I'll set 2,900 for the approach itself. Might do something in the 80s. Still haven't done that. I can say that my more extensive library of both Asobo provided as well as payware airliners are still in 2020. So for now, I'll fly them both and I'll enjoy both sims because honestly, they're beautiful. And what is that? Nice. Nice. Okay, here we go. Look, we're coming into Palm Springs. So you know what? I'll probably set myself up for 6,000 feet right now, or even 2,900 feet. We should be okay. There is Palm Springs over that way. It's been a nice flight, chat. Been a nice flight. Thanks for stopping by today and for catching up with me. Really appreciate having you guys on board as we fly in FS 2020 and as we experienced fun and crashy times in FS 2024. I will say the load time into FS 2024, whether it's the UI or, going from the UI to the sim, it it was quick. It was quick. I'll give them that. It's just nice being able to hop into the sim that fast. And again, FS 2024 is going to be my sandbox for scenery development for the foreseeable future. For sure. Okay. So let's confirm. Let's just make sure we have ourselves set up. I believe I said 135 was going to be the approach speed. And if I take a look at my flight plan, we're coming into Weto and Palm Springs. I think we should be a-okay, although I do think we need to start slowing down significantly. When we land at Palm Springs, we can basically go more than halfway to either Hotel or Whiskey 1 to the gate. And I don't have GSX installed, so we'll just use toolbar pushback to hook up to the gate and call it a day. Okay, we are below, or we are approaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights on. All right. And we are coming in. Let's see, altimeter is 2988. Let's see if that's the same that we see here. 2989er, close enough. We're practically going to be going visual anyway, so that's fine. And here we go. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'll have to take a look at that. I will leave that open in my window. And for some strange reason, I'm not seeing my chat right now, so hang on. Stand by. There we go. Yeah, thanks again for the link. That's weird. I'm glad I clicked it when you gave it to me, because when I reopened my chat window, it took the link functionality away. I don't know why. Okay, so we're coming in. Let's make sure that we are configuring ourselves for descent. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to take VNav away. We're going to do speed, and I'm going to slow down to 180 knots. Make it a nice sporty 2,600 feet per minute descent rate. And we are not bleeding off speed at all. I wonder why. Oh, probably because we're descending pretty quickly. But I wasn't expecting to gain that much speed on a 2,600 foot per minute descent. It doesn't make sense to me. It's okay. It's okay. We'll descend at about 1,000 feet per minute. And then when we come down over these hills, mountains rather, we will be good. Yeah, it's pretty out here. Terrain resolution, I think, is like 150 or 125 for me. This is plenty fine. Terrain is getting close. Whatever that means. But yeah, terrain radar is working. And let's go ahead and arm the speed brakes. And now let's go ahead and hustle on down to 2,900 feet for the approach. We can do an RNAV approach, most likely just take this visual.
Caution, terrain.
Okay, disregard. "29 Palms" is somewhere further south of here. And where are we on the terrain? Disregard. So Jacksod is going to be at 2,900 feet, which is where we're approaching.
Caution, terrain.
Disregard.
Caution, terrain.
Look at all them windmills, chat. Lots of them. Thanks, GPWS. I think we know. Like I said, disregard. All right, and I'll get the APU turned on but not started. And you know what we'll do? We'll take gear down. And taxi lights as well. Let's see. Engine start switch is continuous. Speed brake armed. Landing gear is down 3 greens. Flaps need to start coming in. Give me the flaps. And you know what? Let's take the autopilot off. Auto throttle off as well. And we'll go full idle. We are way above path, but that's okay. We'll come in hot, but we should be fine. Maybe a little bit of forward slip. Yes, chat, I am forward slipping a 737. 1000 stable-ish. And we are full idle.
Sink rate. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Sink rate.
Okay, let's go ahead and release slowly.
Minimums.
Continue.
Sink rate. Pull up. Sink rate.
Disregard.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
20. 10.
And a little bouncy. There we go. Reverse green. Speed breaks up. Manual braking. Nailed it. Wow. I am such a knucklehead, but we're good. Auto brake disarm. Flaps are coming up. APU is on. Turn off's on. Landing lights off. And give me some breakage. Yes, definitely firm. Firm with a bounce. One bounce, and we landed. Let's go. Welcome to Palm Springs. And let's go ahead and retract the speed breakage. Oh, hold on. Did I fail to do something? Let's put the speed brake away. There we go. Auto throttle disconnect. I wonder what's not moving. There we go. Did it lock up on purpose? The parking brake's not set. That's a little weird. No. It's not because the chocks are set, are they? They shouldn't be. Yeah, chocks are definitely removed. And we've got power. You know what? That's entirely possible. Let me check. That would be so dope. Let me check. The tires don't look deflated. But, it is possible. Failure tab. Failure tab. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. That's the map. Flight details. Are we talking about the EFB? Oh, and the FMC. Thanks. And let's see. Aircraft. Failures. Active 1. Yes! I got a tire failure. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Clear all. Winning! Okay. So we successfully, I think we successfully blew our first tire. All systems, maintenance. Let's see. Clear all. Service all. And return. So let's see. Do I still have a failure? How come I can't clear it? Okay, now I think we should be fine. No, it doesn't want to move. It's not, it shouldn't be active anymore. Why is it still a problem? I thought I cleared all the failures. Hold on, hold on. So let's see, fire, hydraulics, wheels and brakes. Oh, hold on, let's do maintenance. How strange is that? Yeah, indeed. Clear all. I don't have, I don't have a problem, do I? Tire failure. Set to no. Yeah, it's like it doesn't want to, whatchamacallit. It doesn't actually want to get rid of the failure. I wonder why I can't service it. I mean, that's superb that I blew a tire. I really wasn't expecting it, and it reminds me of my old days in X-Plane 12 flying the Zebo and just being so fast and way too heavy on the brakes on touchdown. That's how I blew all of my landing gear at power one day. But let's see. Can I load a state? Let's do final. Okay, there we go. That's what I had to do. Okay, so we cleared that, and that's fine. So now we know how to clear states. Sweet, man. I mean, this was an action-packed stream today. Great flight, action-packed landing. We blew a tire, or probably blew more than a few tires. Had to load a new state, and now we're at Palm Springs. That's dope. Yes, yes, chat. I sometimes fly much better than this. I'm lazy. I don't care. I had a great time, and we are at Palm Springs. No scenery dev this time around because I had fun flying in planes and having a great time flying to destinations both local and international. I think I'm going to continue to enjoy the helicopters, or at least the one helicopter, until I get bored of it. And I'm probably going to double down on scenery development over the next few weeks and months. I guess it depends on my upcoming schedule and on what I'm going to be doing in terms of flight sim streaming and whether or not I'm actually going to be taking some time off of streaming in the month of December. There is going to be some time that I'm going to be taking off uh, the first uh, 1 or 2 or 2.5 weeks of the month. Don't worry, I'm not totally and utterly disappearing. It's probably going to be me refocusing on things that need to be for the sake of, say, trying to get myself set up to do scenery dev as well as, that thing called work IRL. So that's just the way it is at the moment. Okay. And now I can disarm the auto brakes again. I'm set. APU I'm going to turn on because I didn't, but that's all right. Wing lights, anti-collision lights, and what do we even have? Uh, uh, Isolation valve. We can set to open. No, that's the APU bleed. This is the isolation valve. We can open that up. And what else? APU. Let's do Gen 1, TR1 until the APU comes on. And then I could probably get the APU turned on, get the airplane shut down, and that's it. So, a nice fun stream for me, breaking stuff, and having fun in the system. I can probably take care of the hydraulic pumps and turn off the probes, turn off the window heat, and packs are running. That's fine. APU should be available or will be available very shortly. Are we good? Are we good? How much fuel do we have? We're low on fuel. That's fine. That's fine. Did I turn on the APU? If it didn't turn on, I'm just going to go ahead and go to ground power. And that's fine. All right, let's go to menu. Give me PMDG setup. Actually, not PMDG setup. Ground actions. Services. Chocks are set. Ground power request. And that should be everything. So let's go ahead, hit the ground power button. We're gen off bus. I don't care about you anymore. And let's go ahead and cut the engines. All right, good enough. We are on ground power, which means I can do standby and standby power, and we're done. Superb. Let's see if I can get the jetway to come to me because I'm lazy. And wonderful. I had a great time flying an action-packed arrival into Palm Springs, and I don't think the jetway is going to come all the way out to the airplane, but that's okay. Close enough for me. Actually, it might. And that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Can I move it up a little bit? I should be able to. Let's reposition. Now we should be fine. Slew mode for the win. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. We are down in Palm Springs after a really bumpy and wild ride down to the ground because I decided to completely and utterly go bonkers and take this thing up going way faster than I should have been. But honestly, I don't care. I had a great time. I laughed it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Clearly, FS2020 still got the legs. I even blew tires on landing. Bumpy and a blown tire. Let's go. Let's go. Um, Palm Springs is beautiful. I had fun flying in FS2020 and FS2024, and I will continue to do so. I might make some mac and cheese tonight because I was thinking about it earlier. So we'll see. We'll see. Stream schedule. Stream schedule. Depending on what this week is going to look like, I have off on Monday and Tuesday. Monday is probably going to be a Mrs. Digi and me day because it's Mrs. Digi's birthday on Monday. So I'm probably going to take her out. We're going to have some fun and spend time with family. Tuesday, I'm off as well. Digimac nom. I am back to work on Wednesday, and then of course Thanksgiving and the day after. Ooh, look at that! That plane's going away. They're going places. That's wonderful. Let me go ahead and go to outside view and pan around here for a little bit. But let's do free camera, camera drone, reset position, drone speed like 90, 100. So yeah, schedule. Um, Maybe a stream late on Monday night, probably a stream on Tuesday, maybe a stream on Wednesday, Most likely a stream early Thursday and probably one on Friday. Depends. Next weekend, most likely either no streams or that's entirely up in the air right now. I don't expect to be streaming on Saturday or Sunday of that weekend. And again, we're going to come into December and I may go dark in terms of streaming for the first 2.5 weeks just to catch up on some activities. And then we will see what the rest of the month holds. I am happy to be here and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of this year is going to bring in terms of hopeful opportunities. I don't want to give away too much, but I may be talking to some friends about some upcoming paid scenery developer gigs, and I am going to see what the rest of the month, excuse me, what the beginning of the year brings in terms of both opportunities as well as content. Looks like for some strange reason, live traffic is not working that well. It's okay, doesn't matter. I'm happy, I'm good. Chat, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to log off for a little bit, stretch, and address my growing hunger, probably by cooking something for dinner. Again, been a privilege having you folks aboard. It's been a great flight. I blew tires on landing coming into Palm Springs. It was fantastic. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I'm happy it did. It's going to make me pay more attention next time. But at the same time, again, had a great time. I want to focus more on scenery development over the next few weeks and months anyway, and probably dress up places like potentially not exactly Palm Springs, but maybe airports that are just barely regional. And we'll see what happens. 2020 for the win. That's right. Definitely 2020 for the win, and 2024 for the eye candy and for the helicopter ops. And we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Again, like I said, enough people have talked about the issues with 2020 for me, 2024 for me to be like, hey, they've said their piece. I'm good, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let that be, and we are going to essentially just enjoy ourselves and do what we can to take in the sunsets as they come, and maybe even take in some golf. Good swing from the driver. Get it? Digi driver? Ha! Dad jokes. But, friends, very happy to have you aboard. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for interacting and chat. And again, a big thank you as always to my lurkers. You are always welcome. And we are done. Let's see. Is there anybody online that we can say hello to? I usually try to do a raid if I see that there are enough people in chat, which it does look like they are, just so you guys can get some great content. And let's see. Who is on right now? Let's do viewers high to low. We've got 757 Spy flying right now. Continuum flying X-Plane 12. And we've got Durka in X-Plane 12 as well. Dryson doing a Plenstrim in in 2024 of all things. And let's see. You know what? You know what? Let's go say hi to somebody that I don't think we've rated for a long time. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to raid in now. Usually what happens with me is that I raid people as they're starting to wrap up. This time, we're going to raid someone as they're starting. So let's go ahead and say Hi to Melvin Leroy. So, Melvin should be getting started very soon. Folks, thanks again for taking time with me this afternoon. Like I always like to say at the end of every stream, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace, and that is Jesus Christ. My friends, have a great weekend. Much love to you all. We're going to go say hi to Melvin Leroy. Take care, and until next time, folks, bye bye.